Hello, everyone. It's Ryan Kenneth from the World Football News Network. I'm here to give you a bit of an update on the Premier League. Just a quick note, I know the quality in my dorm room right now is really bad, but there's really no other place I could record, so this will have to suffice for today. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of a Ligue 1 coverage because of my French background. I actually don't have any French background. I just like French, and I'm a French major, so it kind of makes sense. However, let's get into it. So starting out with the title race, I know we're just under a third of the way through the season, but I think right now we already kind of have an idea on who's going to finish at the top. Leicester City can't seem to do it again this season. They're about 14th in the table, so they're not doing too hot. Except for Champions League, but that's different. We'll get into that later. However, right now I think we've got the Chelseas, the Man United, the Man City, the Tottenham, the Arsenal. The top six are typically the teams that finish in the top six, with exception to last season, which is a bit of a crazy one, but we can't really compare anything. So right now, my top scorers and my top candidate for winning the league would definitely be Liverpool. They're playing for Klopp. They're the ones who are playing with their hearts. They have no desire for personal glory. The wealth is equally distributed between the team. They're playing for Klopp. They believe in his tactics, and that's what happens. I mean, last year Klopp took over mid-season, was kind of in a jumbled mess. He said, I'm going to get this sorted, and we're going to take care of it in the summer, and look what he did. They're sitting top of the league right now, one of the deadliest teams. They don't have any European football to worry about. They only have their domestic cups and the league. And it looks like right now they're the deadliest ones, in my opinion. We've got Sadio Mane, who's trying to win African Footballer of the Year. I believe he tweeted or released his information that he wanted African Footballer of the Year, and that was his dream. So I think he's highly motivated. One of their deadliest attackers. Obviously, Firmino's becoming world class. He's so good on the ball, and his skills this year have been absolutely ridiculous. And of course, along with Philippe Coutinho, his Brazilian partner, really there hasn't been a bad player on the side, with the exception to some of their defenders. I know that it's Liverpool defense, but you can't be perfect, right? So moving on to Manchester City. Clearly, you can see a little scarf up there about in England. City is my team, but I promise I'm not too biased. We are completely in shambles at the back. I don't know what's going on. Kolarov's playing center back. He's Serbian, just kicking the ball anywhere with his left foot, sending in crosses, playing striker from center back. It's just not working out. We don't have a set back line. I believe we tried a three in the back at one time, and we probably lost that game because there's no way City's going to play three in the back. Pep needs to get his stuff together. There's no connection between Bravo and the back line. Obviously, we've been deadly at the beginning of the season, but that also happened last season when we went 5-0, and Company scored two amazing goals, got injured, and then City just slowly went downhill the rest of the season. Did all right in Champions League, but still nothing to compare. I still think they're a title contender. Obviously, we've got a lot of talent with Kevin De Bruyne and Aguero, and Raheem Sterling is maybe, I don't know. It'll happen. I think they'll finish at least top four. My prediction is they'll finish second. Again, it's too early to decide, but we're going to go with it. So Arsenal. Do we know? Is this your season, guys? You got to let me know in the comments. Are you guys actually going to do it this year? You guys seem to have Alexis Sanchez who's ready to play. Olivier Giroud is, not doing Giroud things, but, is Wenger playing his cards right? You guys want to see him still? He's been there forever. He's a club legend, but is his time to go? Has he overdone his stay? Also, side note, Hector Bellerin is on my fantasy team. He's been getting a lot of points recently, and he must be doing something right because he's got at least six to 7 points a game, which is absolutely ridiculous for a defender. So I'm not sure what he's doing, but clearly Arsenal fans, you have to let me know. I haven't been able to watch your side a lot this season due to a lot of classwork and stuff in general. But again, another team to watch. I think they have a big game coming up against Manchester United on 7:30 a.m. for you Americans that are watching like myself. It'll be quite early on a Saturday morning. So hopefully we can see a good game there. Tottenham. What is going on, man? There's no energy in your side compared to last season. Dele Alli and Eric Dyer, not the same combination I saw last year. They're still not doing that bad. They have not lost a game. I can't say anything about that. There's no argument at all that they're still doing well. They haven't lost, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be their year. They had a two-horse race and still somehow finished third place last season. So Again, last season you can't compare, but Harry Kane was injured for a little bit, seemed to shake the team up a little bit. We had Vincent Janssen, who just got a knock during the international break. Hopefully he can recover from that for you Tottenham fans. I don't know how Toby Alderweireld's doing. I think he's back already. But it just doesn't seem to be a very exciting side. They need to figure something out to get their season going because, they're not losing, but they're also not winning a lot of games. They're about, I think, 6-5, or they're about equal on wins and losses. Or wins and draws, sorry. So hopefully they can get something going. Chelsea, another team to watch. They are very scary this season. Now, Eden Hazard is not playing around. He's back. He's back from his 2014-15 season with 6 goals, I believe, or 7. I think he's 7, so third scorer in the top Premier League. Pretty outstanding season for him so far. He's scoring world-class goals. He's the Eden Hazard that we know, the one that I like to watch and play with in FIFA. So hopefully his ratings stay up because I do believe he's a world-class footballer. Pardon me. Also, I think Antonio Conte is working his Italian magic between the side. They seem to be passing the ball really well. Fabregas isn't seeing a lot of time, but it seems to be working. So Diego Costa is also scoring goals. I believe he's second in the league in score. No, he's top. He's with 9 goals. Aguero is second with 8. He has having a very good season. They also recently haven't been scored on in 5 games, and they've scored a total of 16 goals, according to my notes. And that's pretty incredible. They haven't been scored on in 5 Premier League games. I believe they had a cup game where they were scored on or either lost. I'm not sure. But it's Chelsea, and you never know. They're unpredictable. Captain JT said it might be his last season at the club, so he might be going out with a bang here. Leicester City. Leicester City. We wish you could do it again. We had hopes about second week that Hull City was going to take over and become the fairy tales that we all saw last season, but they just could not keep it together. Leicester couldn't keep it together. I think losing Conte was a big problem for them. They let him go for about 30 million euros, which kind of went under the radar in my opinion. No one really seemed to talk about it. It was all Pogba. It was, will City get a player for 70 million? Will Sane come to the club? The whole summer transfer season thing kind of went on, and then Conte just slid his way into Chelsea, and I think that's a big buy for Chelsea. He seems to be doing well there. He's on my fantasy team. He's doing all right. But I still think they're missing that solid French midfielder that really was the core of their team and was the underdog. And I know Mahrez and Vardy got all this glory, but I think it's really goes all into Conte's credit. He was outstanding. They're still mid-table. Obviously, they're 14th. I can't really say much. They're doing all right. West Ham. Oh, West Ham. My goodness. You have a new badge. You have a new stadium, the Olympic Stadium. What is going on? You're 17th in the table. Please do not get relegated. I know you won't. It's not in West Ham to get relegated. I know you'll find and climb your way back up the table like Manchester United will. I see you both teams having a kind of a bounce back because right now they're both being very disappointing. A side note on Manchester United, Paul Pogba has actually been doing all right. If you check his in-game depth stats, he's playing about the same as he was at Juventus, and you can't really ask more for that because that's what he came from. So, if he's doing the same in the Premier League, I think he's only got room to build on. He's still young. He's an outstanding footballer for France, and in general, I'm a big fan of Pogba myself. As a City fan, it's hard to say that, but I have high hopes for Man U, and I think you guys will pull together. Anyways, West Ham. Oh, man. Okay, Payet. Still world class. I love Payet. He's a great footballer. I know French bias is coming in, but seriously, everyone loves Payet. We love his free kicks. It just doesn't seem to be exciting this season for West Ham. Michel Antonio started the season out with a bang I believe he's got 5 goals now, but it's just crumbling, and their defense seems a little bit shaky. Goals are let in all the time. I believe Adrian, their keeper, had a howler the other game, and it's just little things like that just all build up, and they're now 17th, but I believe they'll be able to climb back. In the next 5 games they play away Tottenham at White Hart Lane, Man U twice in a row, the Premier League, and then I believe a cup game, the EFL Cup, and both games are at Old Trafford. Arsenal at home, and then Liverpool away. Good luck, West Ham. Bottom of the table, who's going to be relegated? Right now it looks like Stoke City made a climb back mid-table, which is pretty good for them. I'm happy for Shaqiri. It's kind of an odd transfer that he's still there, coming from a big team like Bayern Munich, but anyways, that's done and done. Right now, Swansea City and Bob Bradley is their coach. Doesn't seem to be doing too well. I think they'll be okay, but I don't know. It's Swansea City, and they haven't been outstanding. I don't have any highlights on them. They're just another average team who seem to be at the bottom of the table this season. Hopefully they can pull something together for their fans so Wales doesn't get too crazy. Also, I believe Sunderland is just not having a good season. I can't see them staying up. Last year, it was a miracle they finished above Newcastle. I cannot believe Newcastle's still in the second division. It's just a weird sight to see such a big team like Newcastle. But I guess it happens. Things happen for a reason. Notable fixtures coming up. Arsenal and Man U have a big match on Saturday, like I already said, but I want to reiterate that's going to be an amazing game for both sides to see their quality and their true force because Man U is on a bit of a good streak right now. They beat Burnley 3-0. I know it's Burnley, but a win is a win, and they looked impressive. And Burnley hasn't been a bad side this season at all. They're mid-table right now. A lot of those mid-table teams are just about the same as they were last year. I mean, you can't really say too much about them. Also, City and Chelsea is, I believe, in 2 weeks, and the week after, so the week from Saturday, which this is being recorded on a Monday. So this Saturday we have Manchester United and Arsenal, and then the week after that is Chelsea and Tottenham. So hopefully we have some good games coming up for you guys to watch. Also, I want to give out a small shout out to the New York Cosmos for winning the NASL on 4-2 in penalties. I didn't get the chance to watch it. Honestly, I have no idea where it's broadcasted, but shout out to New York Cosmos. Go NASL. It's been Ryan Kinnett. It's been a pleasure to be on the show. Have a good day.